All right, looks like we're on. Good evening, everyone. We apologize for the delay. Had a couple of things just take a little bit longer than expected, but we are ready to roll now in tonight's game between the South Carolina Reapers wearing white and the South Carolina Outlaws, all the way on the other side of the field wearing gray and orange. Happy to be here with you tonight. Luke Ruff along with Daniel Ruff on the camera. We are just closing up the coin toss, it looks like. I think the coin itself has hit the ground and they're deciding who's going where. Trying to make out the captains for the hometown Reapers tonight. We've got number 2, Rah Sullivan. I believe that's a 13. Jersey's a little bunched up, but I believe that's Zy Manning, quarterback. Number 21, Sonny Carter, a running back. And number 53, going to be offensive lineman Walker Holman, the team captains for the Reapers tonight. No roster provided by the Outlaws so far. Hopefully we can get one later on in the evening. Oh, no, there's the flip, so they must have been discussing some general rules or something or another. Looks like the Outlaws have won. Wait, no, the Reapers won it, and they're going to elect to kick off. So they have deferred to the second half. We will start this game with the Outlaws on offense. The Reapers enter this game 1-3 on the season, looking to get a little closer to 500 as they gear up for a match with the 0-4 Outlaws, still looking for their first win on the season. Offense and defense have had their struggles, but the defense specifically looked pretty good last week. They lost 6-0 to, I believe, the Charlotte Bengals did the Outlaws. The Reapers, I think they lost last week, but they got a win. I can't quite remember where. I'd have to double-check the schedule. And while offense has been a bit of a concern for the Reapers throughout the year, we'll see in a couple of drives, they've got a new quarterback, a familiar face if you've seen any other streams on this channel, Ricky McKinney, at least on the roster. We're not sure if he'll be making the start, but we may see him tonight. He saw him over on the sideline. He's suited up, ready to go, warmed up with the rest of the team. It'll be interesting to see him get some action outside, and we usually cover arena games when he's on the roster. But in the meantime, this focus is going to be on the Reapers' defense as they gear up for an outing with the kind of elusive, dare I say, South Carolina Outlaws offense. And I mean that in the sense that I haven't really seen much film on them. It's been kind of hard to track down any footage of this team playing. So as far as, you know, offensive, defensive tendencies, we're kind of going into this as blind as you are. We're not quite sure what we're going to see. We may see a little bit of everything. The Outlaws appear a bit short-handed tonight. Looks like they had a couple of guys that couldn't make the trip, only suiting up around maybe 25, 30 players. So it's going to be interesting to see how they split up duties as far as backups, rotating guys in and out of the game. Whether or not any dudes go Ironmen, we'll see. Looks like both sides are about ready for kickoff. The Outlaws are bringing one more man out onto the field. Not quite sure what the holdup is. Haven't heard a whistle yet, but I mean, I don't see anything glaringly wrong. Still waiting. All right, and they've pushed kickoff back to the 35. All right, yeah, you can't see him on the screen, but the umpire's just kind of standing in the middle of the field. And, yeah, it looks like he didn't even know they kicked it off. Yeah, they blew the whistle. I mean, I don't know what we're waiting on. Yeah, the umpire, I didn't hear a whistle. I heard like a couple of little squeaks that could have sounded like a ready for play, and the umpire, again, you can't see him on the screen right now. He's just out of frame. He's standing right near the 50-yard line and not moving, hasn't given the ready for play, but hasn't given any indication of what he needs for us to get the game going. Can't say I've seen this before. And now we've got the umpires talking with another referee on the Reapers sidelines. We got another referee kind of standing in front of the tee to make sure they don't kick it off again. Could be a clock issue maybe. I don't see a scoreboard out here. So they may be trying to sort out who's going to keep track of the time, who's going to stopwatch, stuff like that. I was just kind of speculating at this point. Yeah, apologies for the wait, and looks like the video quality is kind of popping in and out a little bit. Usually that kind of smooths itself out as the game goes on. We haven't really gotten any indication that we've got a particularly bad signal in this area or anything. We're right on Greenville Tech's campus, so I would expect it to have a pretty good reception as this kick is off and fielded around the 5-yard line. My number 16 of the Outlaws, he's got some speed and is brought down right around the 40, I'd say, by a host of Reapers. And that defense for the South Carolina Reapers is going to head out onto the field to face, again, the kind of elusive South Carolina Outlaws offense. They've had their fair share of struggles this year, but scheme-wise, not quite sure what we're getting here. Haven't seen a lot of film of this team. Haven't been able to find a lot of videos or anything that's publicly available other than just general post-game scores and conference standings on these guys. So it'll be interesting to see what they're all about. All right, here's first down and 10. Quarterback in the shotgun with 2 men in the backfield. Quarterback's going to keep. This is a sweep to the far side of the field, and I can't tell if he made it back to the line of scrimmage or not. He did not. That's going to go down as a loss of 3 on the first play of the game. Good job by the Outlaws defense with the pursuit on that one. Quick play recognition, too. It was a little bit of a fake handoff, not a ton of trickery or confusion in the backfield, just all around good pursuit over to the sideline. Second down and 13 coming up. Same formation, this one a low snap, a low handoff, and brought down in the backfield. That's going to be another loss coming up on third down and 15 here. Talk about moving backwards. 2 straight negative rushing plays forced by this Reapers defense. Looks like this is going to be a game that's really won and lost in the trenches, and so far the Reapers winning that battle. Got a 4-man front with 2 linebackers. Though they've got one of their safeties playing kind of low where he could go in the box for run support if need be. Play action, quarterback looking deep, got some time to throw, but this one's just a duck and it's intercepted! The Reapers have the ball at the 40-yard line. That one picked off, trying to get a number. I think that's a 5. He's coming closer, we'll see. All right, I could be wrong, but I think that's a 15. That would be Micah Dawkins with the interception for the Reapers. So first down and 10 on the Outlaws side of the field, but only 60 yards to pay dirt for a Reapers offense, potentially with a new quarterback at the helm. Again, we're not entirely sure on the starting lineups. I don't think I see Ricky McKinney out there. Yep, he's wearing 19. I see 19 on the sideline. So starting quarterback for the Reapers is going to be... still trying to track him down. I believe that is Brian Jeter, number 6. Goes at 6'4", 250. Here's snap number 1. Oh, fumble, and Jeter gets back on top of it. Or wait, did he? The Outlaws say they have the ball, and the umpires agree. So, we've got 2 turnovers in the first 4 plays of the game. On the third play from scrimmage, the Outlaws throw an interception brought in by Dawkins for the Reapers, and then just a bad snap and a fumble going the way of the Outlaws. So in a lot of ways, it doesn't really function like a punt because they've done more than flip the field. They've flipped the field and gotten the ball, have the Outlaws. So this is first and 10. Ball is spotted officially on the 34-yard line. And looks like we got a bit of a mix-up on which ball to use, but they appear to have sorted that out. Here's 1st and 10, take 2 for the Outlaws offense. And going to try a little screen to the far side of the field. Missed the tackle. And still rolling. And did the ball come out again? Nope, looks like we just got a guy really fighting for some yardage. And that is going to go down as a gain of 6. They're going to call it 7 yards. It'll bring up 2nd down and 3. So doing a good job of making some men miss there on that, well, about called it a run. Functions as a run in the sense that you got a guy just in space trying to make dudes miss. Technically goes down as a 7-yard completion. Same formation for the Outlaws offense. One receiver on either side. Play action. They're looking to the near side, and that one too tall for all players involved. Going to go down as not quite a pass breakup, I'd say. Didn't really get a hand on it, but still well defended nonetheless, preventing that receiver from being able to jump up and high point that thing. Here's 3rd down and 3 for the Outlaws. No substitutions for either side. The Outlaws thought about bringing somebody in, but they're keeping their guys on the field. So the Reapers are going to stick with that nickel set. Again, kind of a hybrid 4-3, as again, you see a safety come down for run support, and that run is going nowhere. Blown up in the backfield. Run blocking already looking like it's going to be a bit of an issue against this Reapers defensive line. 4th down coming up. I think they're going to say, yeah, they got back to the line of scrimmage. So that'll bring up 4th down and 3. Didn't really see the Outlaws practicing any kicks in pregame, so yep, they're going to keep the offense on the field. They've swapped out one of their offensive linemen, but other than that, looks like we got the same deal formation-wise. Everybody packed in tight defensively. Play action fake, looking long on the rollout, overthrown and incomplete. It's going to be a turnover on downs for the Outlaws, and the Reapers are going to have their 2nd crack at it after an untimely start to the game. And again, apologize for the video issues. It's looking like, at least on our end, that it's not a signal issue. Seems to be a hardware problem, because when the frames seem to drop out on us and the video starts freezing, usually we can at least use some of the computer and machinery we're on, but everything is slowing down when those frame drops are occurring. So it's looking to me like we've got a hardware issue, not anything to do with the signal. Jeter back in at quarterback for the Reapers, dropping back, now having to roll away from some pressure, looking long, and oh, did he catch it? No! Couldn't hang on. The ground knocked it loose, and it's going to be 2nd down and 10. Heck of an effort, though. Would have been just a downright amazing catch there. Couldn't catch the number of the guy that pulled it in, or almost pulled it in, but good job by Jeter as well, getting away from pressure and still delivering an accurate ball downfield. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10. From what we've seen in the past and on film, the Reapers are a team that maybe a bit more pass-oriented than some of the other teams in the league. They can and will run it when they feel like they've got the numbers in the box, or just when they've got a good push on the offensive line, but still technically a pass-first team. And taking a shot there is one of the Reapers running backs. They're going to say his forward progress was stopped not long after. Maybe a gain of 1 or 2 on the play. And yep, they're going to say he gained a yard. Here comes 3rd down and 9. Defensive standoff so far. Neither team netting many yards. And they've moved it up another yard. This is going to be 3rd down and 8. So far, through 2 possessions for each team, the Outlaws have gained a net of 2 yards, and the Reapers have gained a net of 2 yards. I know we're only a couple minutes into the first quarter, but interesting comparison there. And Jeter looking deep, has to avoid a sack. Now he's on the loose. Is he just going to take off? Yes, he will. Tries to truck through a man. and gains a couple of yards, but not enough for the first down. It's going to be 4th and short. The Reapers do have a punter on the roster, but this early in the game especially, you tend to see some teams go for it. Hearing some chatter on the sideline. I think that's what they're talking about. And they're only going to say that was a gain of 2 on the Jeter carry. 4th down and 6 coming up. But it looks like the offense is staying on the field. We have seen quarterbacks try some pooch kicks, though, so that could be what we're looking at. All right, here we go. Jeter back to pass on 4th and 6. Looking long. And caught. A little underthrown, but he managed to pull it in. That's number 4 on the reception. Damian Wilford with the first down. Excellent looking back shoulder fade there. If the coverage is over the top, go underneath them. At the very least, you know, maybe get a little handsy with the DB, get a pass interference flag thrown, excuse me. First down either way. Now across the 50. Here's another 1st and 10. It's actually the first down of the game so far for the Reapers. They've run 5 plays. Jeter looking to the sideline. Couple of substitutions on the offense. 2 receivers coming into the game. Number 10, Ty Bailey, and I saw 85, going to be Tron Hill. We're in 10 personnel now. 4 receivers set, 2 on either side, 1 running back. Jeter in the shotgun. And we've got whistles before the snap. And the umpire signaling false start against the Reapers. That'll make it 1st down and 15. While they're getting this sorted out, do want to kind of go over a policy for weather, assuming that the whole game doesn't get delayed if there's lightning or anything. But it does look like we've got some heavy clouds rolling in. Hopefully the rain stays away and we're able to continue as planned. But if we encounter anything like a drizzle, we will protocol. What we're thinking is that we will shut down the computer, or at least close it off, as that pass well behind the line of scrimmage and blown up even further back. Reapers trying to force a fumble. They already forced a really big backwards push on that one. 2nd down and very long coming up for the Reapers here. Yeah, we're going to call this 2nd down and 20, a loss of 5. Just trying a little swing pass, but that Outlaws defense was all over it. But again, the weather, if we do, hopefully, again, fingers crossed, the rain stays off. If we get a drizzle or anything not super duper serious, we'll close the computer we're using. You'll still be able to see the stream. We'll shut down the scoreboard so we don't run the risk of getting any water in places that it shouldn't be from an electronic standpoint. All right, here's Jeter back to pass, looking long, going down the sideline, and no one there. 3rd down and 20 coming up. Going to be interesting to see if they try another back shoulder here. That's really the only thing they've had any consistent success with so far on this drive. That little back shoulder over to Wilford for the first down on 4th and 6. But at the same time, you don't want to leave yourself with a 4th and 20 if the pass goes incomplete. So maybe look for some kind of hybrid play, some kind of mesh concept over the middle with streaks down the sideline. If you get a good matchup, interesting little chess match here. Looks like we still got 4 receivers in the set, 2 on either side. Here's 3rd and 20. Jeter back to pass. And they're going to set up the screen. This is number 7 on the reception, making some men miss. Got some momentum past the original line of scrimmage. There's going to be a gain of about 14 for number 7. That's Reggie Dawkins with the catch. Not enough for a first down, but certainly enough to make it interesting. The official call is going to be, they're still moving it up. 4th down and 5 is the official spot here, and it looks like the Reapers are going to go for it. They went for it on 4th and 6 deep in their own territory. I don't see why this one would be any different. Rotating some more receivers, moving them around the formation a little bit. Looks like the end result, at least, is going to be I think we got a trips look, actually. Trips to the far side of the field. Here's Jeter, back to pass, big rush by the Outlaws, and that one is caught. A little far away to get the number, but that is number 4. Yep, that's Wilford again with another 4th down conversion. Wilford coming up in the clutch early on in this one. 2 catches, 2 first downs on 4th down and medium situations as well. Ball is now just outside the 20-yard line. If they just get 1 more yard, we can call it a red zone situation. Until then, ball on the 21. Jeter hands it off and going straight up the middle for not much, right into the teeth of that Outlaws defense. See if we can get a number here. Really got piled up on there. And can't quite make out the number from here. Believe that's number 8, Jakevius Busey. Hey, not sure if that was Busey on that last carry, but it's Busey in the backfield now, 2nd down and 9. And Jeter looking for the end zone, got a man, and just out of reach. Had him and couldn't bring it in. Ran a corner route and had his man beat just a little bit out of reach. Going to bring up 3rd down and 9. Wasn't sure if there was some pressure getting the Jeter, making him have to get rid of that ball a little quicker than he wanted to, or if it was just a miss. Right, I mean, that was about as close can get. And the Reapers are going to huddle up, make sure they got all their ducks in a row for a pretty pivotal 3rd down and 9 here. Ball right on the 20-yard line. Only 1 run so far on this drive. And play action, we almost saw another run. Jeter looking over the middle, and that one falls incomplete. Had a man, but overshot him. And that's going to bring up 4th down and 9. Could we see a drive with 3 4th down conversions? The Reapers are making some substitutions, but it does not look like they're bringing a kicker into the game. Yep, looks like they're going to go for it. 4th down and 9. All right, Outlaws defense better be on the lookout for Wilford. He's converted their past 2 4th downs on this drive. A 4th and 6 earlier on, and then just a few moments ago had that hitch reception on a 4th and 5. And that's just the ready for play. No flags thrown yet. Here we go. Jeter back to pass. And they're going to try and set this up to the running back. Does he have enough steam? Yes, he does! Into the end zone! Waiting on the signal for the ref. Touchdown, Reapers! Jakevius Busey with the touchdown catch on 4th down and 9. Make it 6-0 in favor of the hometown team. I don't know that I've ever seen a drive quite like that. 1 run, 8 or 9 passes, 3 4th down conversions en route to a touchdown. Maybe not quite how they drew it up, but more than enough to get the job done as we gear up for the extra point. And it looks like the Reapers are going to go for 2 here. We'll get a chance to see their short yardage mindset. Here's the snap. Jeter looking to throw. It's going to be a fade, and that one is brought in for the 2-point conversion. Number 18, Darius Freeman with the reception. Make it 8-0 Reapers early on in the first quarter. So really positive offensive drive there, especially for Jeter. Maybe not the surgical execution you might want from an offense, but again, 3 4th down conversions, touchdown and a 2-point conversion at the end of the drive. Can't draw it up much better than that result-wise. So again, I think any coach would take that, even if it heart rate does go up a little bit on 3 separate plays. I just can't get over that. 3 4th down conversions, one of them going for a touchdown on 4th and 9 from the 20-yard line. That is very, very impressive. And this Outlaws defense has to just be kicking themselves for giving up 3 fourth down conversions after recovering a fumble on the Reapers' first play of the game. In the meantime, we'll see if the Outlaws can recover from a failed fourth down conversion of their own on their previous possession following that Reapers fumble. As we gear up for kickoff, got some clouds rolling in. I think you can see just on the screen, everything getting darker around here. We've got some nasty looking ones rolling right overhead, but everything goes according to plan. They will hold out for the time being. Here's the kick. This one's got a lot of backspin. Looks like it's fielded around the 30. Dropped for a moment, but brought back in and heading straight up the middle of the field and eventually brought down by the kicker. That one returned out to the 41-yard line. Well, that's one way to get your offense kick-started. Give them a short field. Not far to go at all for pay dirt. First down and 10 from the official spot's going to be at the 43. As the refs throw the tee off the field, we're just about set for the Outlaws. This will actually be their third drive of the game. They've gone interception, failed fourth down conversion. What do they got this time? It's going to be a quarterback draw straight up the middle and going nowhere. Not sure if he even made it back to the line of scrimmage. That front seven for the elite, or the Reapers, excuse me, they were the elite last year. That front seven looking sharp already. And no gain on the play, so they do say the Outlaws quarterback at least made it back to the line of scrimmage. Second down and 10 coming up. As it looks like we got some raindrops coming through here. Again, just to remind everyone, if it picks up a little bit, we'll close the laptop we're using. We'll keep the stream going. You'll still be able to see everything. We just won't be able to update the scoreboard until the rain goes off, and we'll likely shut it down after this play. And that one falls incomplete. Looks like he had a couple of different guys open. Was looking for number 4, but just threw it kind of at his feet. Didn't really have a chance on that one. So this is going to bring up third down and 10. We'll shut the laptop for the time being. Hopefully we'll be able to fire it back up in just a moment, but got to make sure that everything stays up and running. Here's third down and 8. And they motion a man into the backfield. Play action, rolling to the right, and corralled right around the line of scrimmage. If they were looking for a catch and run, they did not get it at all. Number 2 for the Reapers on the tackle, that's Ra Sullivan. Going to make it fourth down, and they're going to mark it as a gain of 3. Fourth down and 5 coming up. Interesting situation play call-wise coming up. The Reapers have to make sure they've got their absolute best on the horizon. And here we go. Wait, nope, timeout called. Looked like by the Outlaws. So everybody's going to have a moment to sit back, assess what's going on. We can assess the rain situation because it does not look like the video feed held up very well after we shut the laptop. I'm watching the playback now. We're about 30 seconds ahead of you guys due to various playback delays, network things. That's just usually how these streams work. What you're seeing is technically about 30 seconds in the past. Gives us a little bit of a buffer to play with if need be. All right, and we are still waiting to get everything back up and running, but the Outlaws are heading out onto the field. The rain seems to have cleared at least for the moment, so hopefully we can get the video feed fired back up. We'll call it a small weather delay. Here's fourth down and 5. And straight drop back. That one caught for the first down. Big hit after the fact, though, and we got a flag coming in. Refs thought it might have been a little too big of a hit. The Reapers don't seem to think so, but the umpire is going to discuss it with his crew. And in the meantime, we'll get ready for what, regardless of the situation, is going to be a first down. Great catch in traffic, too, by that receiver for the Outlaws. First down and 10 coming up. The Reapers starting to walk it back, so this looks like we do have some kind of personal foul penalty, or at least a penalty in general called against the Reapers. They're close enough to the red zone now that a 15-yarder might get assessed as half the distance to the goal. But again, they're still going to walk it pretty far up. And they're going to be deep into the red zone to start this drive. Ball spotted on the 14-yard line. And another timeout taken. Water break called for both teams. We've had some water falling from the sky a little bit. It's been just drizzling just a tad on and off throughout warm-ups and now through the game. Again, fingers crossed that it at least mostly stays away. And this will give everyone a chance to catch their breath. All right, and scratch that last timeout. Wasn't a timeout at all. That was the end of the first quarter. Quick moving game so far at the end of one. Outlaws up 8-0, or Reapers up 8-0, excuse me, but the Outlaws driving as we begin the second. We've got first down and 10 from the 14-yard line coming up as soon as we get the ready for play. The Reapers already down on that side of the field. The Outlaws heading that way now. Again, no scoreboard here, so it's a little hard to keep tabs on exactly where we are in the game. So I think that might have been what happened with the Outlaws. They kind of huddled up around their bench area, which is pretty far away from the spot of the ball currently. I don't know that they realized it was the end of the quarter either. We sure didn't. It was, again, all things considered, a really fast-moving quarter there. Says we've been streaming for about half an hour, but it does not feel like it. Feels like it's been about 15, 20 minutes. Both teams gearing up for what so far has been the longest possession of the game for the Outlaws, also the furthest they've gotten downfield. See if that Reapers defense can stiffen up a little bit, or if the Outlaws can finally get some points. Offense has been pretty hard to come by for them all throughout the season. They lost their last game 6-0. And going for a fade here, overthrown, but we got a flag thrown as well. They might be scooting this one further up. Came out right in the area past interference, but I didn't, at least from here, I didn't see anything that could be PI because the receiver looked like he had about a step on his man. But whatever that was, it's going to get called against the Reapers. And now we've got a goal-to-go situation. First down and goal for the Outlaws. And I heard the Outlaws coach is calling for a tight end. Sounds like they want to run this thing. They're going to see how their offensive line fares against that defensive front of the Reapers. They really dominated early on in the first quarter, but since then the Outlaws have gotten a little something going on offense. This one, driving, and brought down short of the goal line by a whole host of Reapers. And flags coming in late. Looks like we might have had some chit-chat after that, after the whistle. Second and goal coming up regardless, unless we got some kind of defensive foul, but it looked to me like that one came in after the play. And yeah, whatever it was, definitely going against the Reapers, and looks like it was some kind of defensive penalty. They have this marked as first and goal, not second and goal. And looking for a receiver, that one broken up, and I don't know about that being PI. That just looked like a good play to me. But that referee's got a much better view of it than we do over here. He was standing just a few feet away from the DB and the receiver when he threw that flag. So he would definitely be the authority on whether or not that was PI. Again, we got pretty interesting. We got 2 straight flags thrown after what was a really clean first half. Again, fast moving, of course. Neither team was out there for that long, or didn't feel like they were out there for that long. But as far as my knowledge goes, we only had 1 penalty, which is a false start called against the Reapers. And now, to start the second quarter, we got 2 straight flags. And now it looks like we got some personnel issues with the Outlaws, trying to make sure they have the right guys on the field. The referee, or the umpire, excuse me, is talking with them about something, and now backs off. Not sure what that was about. Still first down and goal after that PI flag. Automatic first down for any defensive penalties. And just going to go with the quarterback sweep on this one. Touchdown, Outlaws! I only needed a yard, and they got that yard. That Reapers defense made them earn it. But the Outlaws are into the end zone. They will not be shut out this week. So make it 8-6. The Reapers still on top, but the Outlaws can tie with a 2-point conversion. And they will indeed leave the offense on the field. Here we go. They've really got that backfield loaded up. Looks like a split back formation from here with an extra tight end in the game. Instead, they're going to go for the slant. This one batted up and falling to the ground. Incomplete. So the Reapers, despite giving up the touchdown, do hang on to the lead, 8-6 in favor of the hometown team as we gear up for what will be the Reapers' 3rd possession of the game. The last offensive possession for the Reapers resulted in a touchdown, 3 fourth-down conversions, including a 20-yard touchdown reception by one of their running backs on a 4th down and 9. Just a quick, not even a swing out of the backfield. They just kind of leaked him out, a little bit of a wheel route, not too deep into the end zone. He caught the ball around the line of scrimmage, but the defense just not expecting it, not in proper position, and Jakevius Boozy, the running back that was able to seal that touchdown for the Reapers on their last possession. Looking for a similar result here. Again, despite the reception by a running back, that last drive for the Reapers was very, very pass-heavy. Only 1 called run. There was a quarterback scramble by their quarterback, Brian Jeter, pretty early on. But other than that, just 1 handoff. And other than that, a lot of passes. A couple of screens as well. And this right here, I tell you, this is the definition of overcast. This is looks like the big, bulky, rain-bearing clouds seem to have cleared out, at least for the time being. It's just solid gray almost everywhere you look. Going to be interesting to see. Again, we hope the weather holds out and we're able to continue without any rain, but if the rain does pick up, going to be interesting to see if the Reapers kind of continue with that air raid style system they've been using. Real pass heavy stuff, not a ton downfield, but still letting the quarterback throw the ball around the yard as this kick goes. No, it did not go out of bounds. I think they thought it was going to, but instead fielded around the 10-yard line, flag down. Not sure who that was on, but got a feeling this return's coming back, but not for lack of trying, as we got a major collision there on the sideline and a man down for the Reapers. Hopefully he's okay. I don't even know that he was involved in the play. I think he was just standing on the sideline. And we'll take a quick break while they check up on the injured player. All right, and the injured man is up. It was number 30, Kentaris Penn, who is listed on the roster as a punter. So again, probably wasn't even out there on the kickoff. Got shaken up when that collision on the sideline occurred. The referees still seem to be assessing that penalty on the kickoff. It looked to be in the area of holding or some kind of illegal block in the back, but they do seem to still be talking it over. Things got a little bit heated between the Outlaws and the Reapers. I think some of the Reapers thought it was a bit of a dirty hit on their punter, but things seem to be mostly sorted out now as we gear up for a 1st and 10 from not quite sure where it'll be, but we know for sure that it's Reapers' ball. Currently, they've got it spotted right around the 30-yard line. But the Reapers appear to be moving back. And indeed, this one goes against them. Again, that flag looked to be in the area of holding on that kickoff return. But it's still 1st and 10. They've got a long ways to go if they want to get to the end zone, though. Ball spotted all the way back on about the 15-yard line. And here we go. We got the ready for play. The Outlaws still getting their personnel straight. And now the Reapers bringing one more man out onto the field. I think they only had 10. Number 14, Zay Jones, or no, that can't be 14. Zay Jones is listed as a, 6'3", 210 defensive lineman, but that was a receiver that just came into the game. And speaking of receivers, we've got a pass thrown and another flag thrown as well. Just a quick out complete to number 84 of the Reapers. That's Spencer Harris, listed as a tight end with the reception, but this one could be coming back. And the call is holding against the offense. Going to be half the distance to the goal. They're on the 15, so we'll call it 1st down and 17. Takes a nice little pass on an out route off the board for the Reapers. And yeah, if I'm not mistaken, we have got, after a first quarter with only 1 penalty, we have had 4 penalties called against the Reapers in 5 plays. The holding call on the kickoff, the holding call right there, and then 2 defensive fouls on the last couple of plays of the last possession for the Outlaws. Jeter really dodging some men, going long across the field, right at the line to gain. The reception made by number 85. That is Tron Hill with a really, really good-looking catch in traffic. And they're not going to give him the first down, but he got awful close. Gain of 15 sets up 2nd down and 2. Or actually, nope, check that. They're moving the chains now. Was a first down grab by Tron Hill. So make it a 17-yard gain on 1st and 17. The Reapers have now moved it out to right around the 30-yard line. And here we go, handoff, trying to break it to the outside, coming right into your living room. Couldn't quite make it back to the line of scrimmage. Going to go down as no gain or maybe a loss of 1 on the play. Couldn't get the number of the ball carrier either, unfortunately. Believe that was number 1. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that was Raheem Cheeks on the carry. And actually scratched that. It looked from here like he didn't gain anything, but depth perception is a little wonky given that we're not super high up. They're going to mark that as a gain of 5. So nice little run there after all for Raheem Cheeks. Going to set up 2nd down and 5. And we've got another flag thrown as well. All right, so they're going to take the penalty. It was offsides called against the Outlaws. So instead of 2nd down and 5, we have got a 1st down and 5 coming up. All right, let's see what they got dialed up this time. Handoff. And nope, they faked the handoff, and Jeter got swallowed up in the backfield. Tried a little read option, but it looked like the right read would have been giving that ball away. Going to go down as a loss of 2 on the play. 2nd down, or actually a loss of 6. It was 1st down and 5. So now 2nd down and 12 or 11 or 12, yeah, coming up. Great response defensively by the Outlaws after giving up some yards on that big catch by Tron Hill and then the offsides penalty. And in response, the Reapers bring in their tight end, number 30, Quinteris Penn, or actually, that was Quinteris Penn, the punter, coming out onto the field, I believe. I guess he doesn't only punt if they're bringing him out, but the 3s also kind of look like 8s when the jerseys get bunched up, so that might have been DeMarcus Lemon. They're actually listed at the same height, too. Regardless, Jeter taking a deep drop, looking long, got a man, oh, through the fingertips. Almost reeling that one in was number 85. Who else but Tron Hill, looking like the number 1 target so far, or at least in this quarter. But again, we just got some slightly rainy conditions here. It hasn't been pouring or anything, but conditions are just getting a little slippery out there. But that one had touchdown written all over it if he'll have been able to reel it in. But again, they say defensive backs have to have short-term memory, forget one play that may not have done so well on, move on to the next. This Reapers offense needs us to do the same. Forget the incomplete pass there, reload and get ready for a pivotal 3rd down and 12. And here we go. 2 receivers on either side of the formation. The Outlaws bring 5, make that 6. Jeter just going to swing this out to his running back, who may have some room. Going downfield all the way into the Outlaws bench at the 50-yard line is number 1. That was Raheem Cheeks with the catch, but do we have another flag? And I think I saw him signal illegal block in the back. We'll wait for the official call, but this is getting a little ridiculous, I've got to say. And the Reapers are indeed going to walk this one back. Still waiting on the enforcement from the officials. It looks like they might be calling this a spot foul. So it'll remain 3rd down and 12. Nope, now they're moving it back. It looked to me like they weren't sure where the ball was originally spotted, and they had to figure out where that was and then move it back 10 yards or 15 yards, however much this penalty may cost them. Still going to be third down, but it is third down and forever. 3rd and 22 to be precise. The Reapers clinging on to a 2-point lead. Really only the second sustained drive for them. They had one that lasted one play on a fumble that looked awful similar to this. Jeter picks it back up, still on the move, looking long and out of reach. Intended for, can't quite make out the number from here. He is way, way across the field. That one falls incomplete, and the Reapers are going to have to punt this one. 4th down and 22 coming. Ball is spotted deep in their own territory, inside their 20 on the 16-yard line. See what Kentaurus Penn has in the tank. Got shaken up on after an Outlaw kind of came in on a kick return into the Reaper sideline and ran into him. Wasn't involved in the play, but got shaken up nonetheless. Looks like he's all right now, and they bring him out onto the field. They got a different player punting the ball, actually. This is number 11. We'll have the name for him in a moment. That one partially blocked and does not hop out of bounds. That's a live ball and brought down right at the goal line, but not quickly enough. It's a touchdown for the Outlaws. A blocked punt gives the visitors the lead, make it 12-8 in the most unusual of ways. A special teams touchdown for the Outlaws. And just like that, the Reapers, after going up 8-0, have given up 12 unanswered. 1 on defense, 1 on special teams. It really is a third of the game. Going to try and make this a 6-point game with a 2-point conversion here, will the Outlaws, as they get ready to bring their offense on the field for one play, barring any penalties. And if you'll give me a moment as they're winding up for this 2-point conversion play, I want to check the stats here, because I think if the Outlaws get this 2-point conversion, they would break their record for most points scored in a game this year. They have played 4 games so far, winless on the season, and I do not believe their offense has topped 12 points. Scrolling through some archives here. Might be a little more tricky to track down than I thought. And not sure what's taking them so long on this 2-point conversion either. Would think it'd be pretty cut and dry. You just bring the offense out there and have that be that. Looking to make this 14-8. Here we go. Handoff straight up the middle. And that one looks to be stopped short. Nope. Did the second effort get him in? Yes, it did. 14-8. The Outlaws are successful on the 2-point conversion. And again, still scrolling through these, but I believe they have already broken their record for most points scored in a single game this year. All right, and yeah, that's it. So the Outlaws have broken their season record, 14 points on the game. Most they'd scored, as far as my knowledge, I think they might have broken it as soon as they got the touchdown. It might have been only 6 points in a game. They have really struggled offensively this year. They've played some good defenses as well. But this Reapers team really got to get back on the ball after giving up that special teams touchdown. Again, we just talked about being able to shake off a bad play and move on to the next one without psyching yourself out, looking back about what you could have done, focus on what you can do now. They've also got to clean up the penalties. They had just a metric ton of them on that last drive, really killed their momentum. And this one, got him running into his own man, but still on the move. Could we have another special teams touchdown? Going all the way down the sideline and knocked out at the 20 is number 00. That's Royal Purnell on the return. Not quite a touchdown, but pretty close to it. Knocked down inside the red zone for the Reapers, and that is one heck of a way to respond after giving up a touchdown. Purnell is fired up. I'd be surprised if they don't put him in at receiver for a play or two, see if they can capitalize on this energy he's given off. He is rolling out there. Excellent, excellent kickoff return there. And an instant red zone opportunity indeed for the Reapers. Ball is going to be spotted on the 18-yard line. No flags on that return. We'll see if they can capitalize once again. Again, we've mentioned how pass-heavy as a team their offensive game plan has been. Only 2 called runs so far. There was a handoff early on their second drive, and then a read options-looking play that got blown up in the backfield last time out. It was the first of many negative plays they had in that sequence that really put them behind the chains and canned off any hope they had of scoring. But again, got to put all that behind you, focus on this drive. Jeter back to pass. 4 receivers in the set looking for the end zone. Had a man, and it's overthrown. And the man goes over the fence. I believe that was Tron Hill. He had those neon gloves on, and he's got to get the ball back as well. And nope, that was not Hill. That was number 7, Reggie Dawkins, with the attempted reception. He was open. Second time we've seen one of those corner routes in the end zone break open, but just ball not quite in the right place. A little too far out. They can dial that in. They will really have something to work with as far as red zone passing is concerned. But until then, 2nd down and 10. Jeter in the shotgun. Sonny Carter in as the running back on this play. 2nd down and 10 from the 18-yard line. Carter in as a blocker. They're going to the far side on a little comeback route. That one brought in and still going. Looked like he might have gone out of bounds, but I don't think he ever did. Don't think we got a first down on that one. Receiver really had to come back for that ball. Right now they got it spotted as a gain of 3 to set up a 3rd and 7. And, yep, indeed, 3rd down and 7. Ball hung in the air for a little bit. Didn't look to be a very long route either. I don't think that was one necessarily designed to score a touchdown. Just get a quick completion in, move this up into 3rd more manageable territory, and get Jeter's confidence rolling for another pivotal 3rd down. Receiver stacked to the near side. Carter going straight up the middle, bouncing off prospective tacklers and brought down short of the goal line. And he got up. He didn't think the whistle had sounded, and in his defense, it didn't sound until he got up. We got flags out after the fact. Might take a moment for them to unpack this one. They came from behind the line of scrimmage, so not quite sure what it could be. I'd say it was in the area holding, but the play was so far past the line of scrimmage at that point that I don't know they would call holding. As it stands now, it's a goal to go from the 4-yard line. And the flag is picked up. Are we going to get a signal? No, they're waving it off. 1st down and goal from the 4-yard line for the Reapers. So another 3rd down conversion. Again, only the 3rd called run, but maybe we need to look into calling a few more there. That one looked pretty good. Looks like Carter is still in the game at running back. They're going to hand it off to him and brought down. Did he get the touchdown? Yes, he did. And the Reapers have tied it up at 14. A 2-point conversion takes the lead. Carter on the carry with that one from 4 yards out. The Reapers have got it knotted up. All right, and the Reapers now getting ready to go for 2. Doesn't look like they made any substitutions so far. I think they may have an offensive lineman checking out, and Carter is going to come out of the game now. Actually, they got the whole team coming over there, so they might have taken a timeout to make sure they got this one ready to go. In the grand scheme of things, this one could be a really, really big 2-point conversion with both offensives looking pretty good. But with the success the running game has had on the past couple of plays, I'd be a little surprised if they tried to air this one out. The ground game has been working just fine, and the Outlaws don't seem to have shown much to be able to stop it. Maybe look for an outside run or a pitch, but again, I'd be surprised if they looked for if they tried anything super fancy as Carter comes back into the game as the running back on this play. And they're rolling the quarterback. Actually, a halfback pass incomplete, so that's what took him so long to get straight. Or actually, no, I think that was Jeter on the throw. It just came out of his hand in a really awkward way. I'm not sure if he might have thrown that with his left hand, honestly. That did not look right coming out. Still pretty on target. Had a nice chance of going as a completion, but knocked away at the last minute, and it falls to the ground. So keep it at 14-14. In a tied game. Reapers looking to move to 2-3 on the season. A big matchup with the Chargers just 20 minutes down the road looming. We will, if everything goes according to plan, we'll be streaming that one in 2 weeks' time. The Outlaws, in the meantime, looking for their first win of the season, and maybe can smell blood in the water a little bit. 14-14, offense looks to be good, have special teams touchdown. This could be a very interesting game. In the meantime, we got a kickoff to cover. The Outlaws kind of making their way out onto the field. The Reapers actually didn't sub out too many people between the 2-point conversion and this kick unit. Interesting note there. Still got a lot of their offensive personnel on the field. All right, and still waiting. I heard some whistles, but they didn't seem like they're ready to play, or ready for play, excuse me. All right, and here's the kick. Got some backspin, and maybe it might have gone out of bounds if they hadn't fielded it. Instead, it's a return by number 14 of the Outlaws, and it's going nowhere. I don't even know if he broke the 30. Brought down almost exactly where he caught it. No chance to move anywhere on that one. We'll see where the umpires put it down, but no matter what, it's going to be a long field for the Outlaws. We'll see how they follow up that partially blocked punt that they returned for a touchdown on their last technically defensive play, but last time they were really out there, had that 2-point conversion as well. And got a few Outlaws breaking the huddle. Looks like the receivers already know what the play is. And now the linemen headed out onto the field, or headed out from the huddle as well. Here we go, 1st down and 10. Ball is on the 28-yard line. And here's the snap, drop back pass, looking deep. And this one, oh, almost. I think it might have gone out of bounds there. The DB looked like he let up. So, yeah, possibly an uncatchable ball there, but really that Reapers DB, can't see the number from here, but he was in a better position to bring that one in than the Outlaws receiver was. Talk about getting a step on your guy. So 2nd and 10 following that incompletion. The run game worked pretty well for the Outlaws once they got down in the red zone. Had that quarterback rushing touchdown and then the just a straight handoff up the middle to follow it up for the 2-point conversion. Maybe not feeling quite as good about their passing or about their running game in the main field, as you could call it, between the 20s. We'll see where this one goes. And this is a fake handoff. Looked a little bit like a triple option play, but the quarterback runs in the opposite direction and might have lost a yard on that one. It's going to be 3rd and long regardless. Where exactly this ends up is up to the officials. And yeah, I think they're going to move this back a yard. So mark it as a tackle for loss there by the Reapers. 3rd down and 11 coming up. As the time ticks away in the 2nd quarter, probably getting pretty close to halftime on this one. And the quarterback whispering something to his RB. Split back formation, straight drop. Now having to roll and looking to the sideline. Reception made. Oh, and it comes out at the last minute. A crazy hit laid out on the receiver by number 5 for the Reapers. Chris Singletary with the big hit after the catch. Causes that ball to pop loose, and barring any penalties, it's going to be 4th down and 11. But it looks like that receiver might be a little shaken up for the Outlaws. Hopefully he's okay. But cannot understate just the sheer effort on that one by Singletary as well. It looked like a busted coverage, had a man running free up the sideline, maybe caught up between zones or something, but Singletary, even though he couldn't get there fast enough to make the interception, still got there quickly enough and hit that receiver with enough force to knock the ball loose and turn what would have been a really big 1st down on 3rd and 11 into a dropped pass and an incompletion. But no blame on that receiver for dropping that one either. I think a lot of players would not have been able to hang on to that ball with how much heat Singletary came in there with. All right, and he is back up. So just looks to have been a little shaken up on that play. Hopefully he can get back in the game before long. Not sure if they'll need him on this play, though. 4th down and 11. The analytics would tell you to punt, but again, not sure if we haven't really seen them practicing any punts, or they haven't punted so far, have the Outlaws. So not outside the realm of possibility that they might go for this, or at least line up there in their standard offensive look, go for it if they get a look they like, and just pooch punt it if they don't. A lot of possibilities here, even though it may seem obvious. Just, punt the ball, get it as far away from your end zone as possible, and try to regroup on defense. And do we have a timeout called? Umpire is doing the timeout signal, but he's doing it at half speed. Like he was waiting for somebody else to notice, but I do think the Outlaws called one just to make sure they got everything lined up. We just saw the Outlaws partially block a punt. They at least got a piece of it. Can the Reapers do the same? They'll have a moment to discuss what kind of package they want to send out there, if they want to go full punt block mode or maybe try and set up a return after that big one that got them down to the 20 on their last drive. All right, here we go. So the Outlaws are for sure going to punt, or I suppose they could fake it, but they're in a punting formation at least. And the Reapers actually kind of playing a base defense, and that might be a good choice. This one goes almost straight up and doesn't even cross the 50. Brought in at the 45, and they're going to return this. He might have a lane. Making some men miss, heading into the red zone and brought down. Jersey was bunched up, but I am pretty sure that was Ra Sullivan on the return. We'll try and see here. Yep, I see him. His jersey's just bunched up, but all right, I see it on the shoulder pad. That is a 2. Ra Sullivan on the return there. So make it another instant red zone opportunity for the Reapers. First down and 10 from the 13-yard line. So they can still pick up a first down on this drive. And the Reapers seem a bit confused on which personnel need to be going in here. Looks like they're getting ready to bring one of their defensive linemen into the game. I think they might be trying to go heavy on this set. We shall see. First and 13. It's first and 10 from the 13. Things starting to get dark around here. No thanks to the clouds, but the sun is starting to set a little bit, and got a timeout called. The Reapers just looked really confused on that play, just trying to figure out who was supposed to be in the game. I don't know that they ever actually got 11 men on the field, but I definitely think they're wanting to bring in some bigger guys to make a heavy set for this drive, or at least this play or sequence of plays, hence the confusion. It'd be the first major substitution they've made all game. Mostly they've just stuck with that 10 personnel look. Sometimes have brought a tight end into the game, but nothing too fancy. Really just 10 and 11 groupings the whole way through. And whatever it was, they got it sorted out now. They do indeed bring one of their defensive linemen into the game. That's number 97. Kyrie Tabron in as... I think they actually brought him in as a tackle. No, I can't quite tell where he is, but they've got 3 men in the backfield. Full house look. And it's going to be a straight drop back after all that. Looking for the end zone. Another corner route. Another overthrow. And that one goes incomplete. Definitely more well covered by the Outlaws, but a coachable moment here because again, it can be definitely disheartening to have overthrown touchdowns like that, but coachable in the sense that every single time they've run that, the ball from Jeter has been in the exact same place. It's not like they overthrow it one time and it goes 20 yards out of the end zone, and they overthrow it another time and it doesn't even make it past the line of scrimmage or something. Every single time they've tried that route, the ball has been in the exact same spot. It's just that spot isn't a place where the receivers can get to it. Sticking with that same formation, full house look again, 3 men in the backfield. And we got flags before this one gets snapped. Somebody jumped, but I didn't see which side it was on. And the initial signals for a false start. That would make it 2nd and 15 from the 18-yard line. They're going to talk this over, just double check, make sure they didn't see any Outlaws move first. And I tell you, this game, for as fast as that first quarter went, this game has really slowed down. We are closing in on having a second quarter that is almost twice as long as the first. And indeed, 5-yard penalty called, 2nd down and 15 coming up. And no apparent change to the play, another drop, and Jeter on the move, brought down from behind. No, he just got rid of it, and no flag for intentional grounding. Crossed the line of scrimmage. He was well out of the pocket. Just has to bite that play and gear up for 3rd down and 15. The Reapers so far have done really well, all things considered, on these 3rd and 4th down situations. I believe they got a timeout called to really get their ducks in a row for this one. This one very important as they try and take the lead heading into halftime. But aside from that previous drive where they ended up having to punt and getting it blocked, they've done pretty well in these long yardage situations on 3rd and 4th down. They scored on that 4th and 9 early on in the game. really don't know. It's because like if it was halftime, he wouldn't have thrown it away on that last play. He would have at least get it to the end zone, try something. But if it's timeout, it's the longest timeout I've ever seen. All right, and that might have been the last play of the half. I'm not quite sure what happened. I was talking about it off camera. It may have come in, but I thought that was, I knew we had to be getting close to the end of the half, but yeah, we got an Outlaw coming over here chatting with some of the fans, so I think that was halftime. A little surprising that you'd have a throwaway on the last play of the half. You'd think you'd at least try to get to the end zone, even if Jeter, he was under a lot of pressure having to roll out. Not a bad play to throw it off, but if it's the last play and there's not a ton of risk involved, I'm kind of surprised that one didn't at least try to get to the end zone. But it does look like that was the end of the half, so we're going to take a break, but don't go anywhere because we got a really good game on our hands. 14-14 after 2, Reapers and Outlaws tied on a Saturday night. We'll be back in a few minutes. All right, testing. Yep. All right, so we are about ready to get this one back up and running after a brief halftime break. We got a little confused on the clock situation, but that last play, the throwaway by Brian Jeter, was the last play of the half. Time expired as he let go of it. So we are gearing up for the start of quarter number 3 and what has turned out to be a really tight game. The Outlaws offense has struggled all year, but to the tune of a rushing touchdown and a blocked punt that was returned for 6. They put 14 points up on the board, as have the Reapers. The Reapers looking for win number 2 of the season. The Outlaws looking for their first win of the year. The Reapers won the opening kick and deferred to the second half as this kick goes out of the back of the end zone. Nice hang time on that one. Ball's going to come out to around the 25-yard line, and Brian Jeter and this Reapers offense will take over from there. They have, all things considered, this offense for the Reapers hasn't looked terrible. They've just had, it's not even miscues in the sense that, like, oh, there's a false start here and an offsides penalty there, just a lot of small mistakes. It's been more so they've had 2 or 3 major plays you can really point to and say, like, yeah, that's the difference between a 14-point game at halftime, or having it tied at 14 at halftime, and being up 28-14 at halftime. There was one drive that looked to be starting pretty well, and they had 3 or 4 straight penalties that got them really, really far behind the sticks, put them in a 4th and really long situation that ended up causing that blocked punt. At the end of the half there, they just kind of ran out of time. Clock management wasn't quite where it needed to be, but again, they may only had a couple seconds anyway. As we get ready for 1st and 10 here, Jeter looking deep, but now having to roll out, finds his man right at the line to gain, and breaking loose is number 7, trying to make one man miss and gets pushed out of bounds past the 50-yard line. And a big reception there for Reggie Dawkins on the first play of the second half. Before I could even get the scoreboard updated to say 1st and 10, we got another 1st and 10 in plus territory. Great way to start for the Reapers offense. Reggie Dawkins was really looking like a weapon, had a couple of shots at the end zone that could have been brought in for touchdowns. The ball had just been placed a little further inside, but really following it up there with a great catch and run. And the Reapers looking to go a little quick here. Empty set, 5 receivers out in the formation. Jeter looking to just set up a quick screen to number 13, who makes a couple of men miss and drags another man for about 4 yards. The Outlaws saying the ball came out, but no such signal by the ref. Zion Manning with the catch on that one, and it will go down for a short gain. Not much, but enough to set up 2nd and manageable. 7 yards to the sticks will be the official call. 2nd and 7. And the Reapers still moving pretty quickly here, looking to try and utilize some tempo as they gear up for their first possession, or they really sink their teeth, I should say, into their first possession of the second half. Sticking with that empty set, and Jeter under duress, but stands strong in the pocket, looking long, and this one knocked down, almost intercepted, just kind of floated up in the air. Jeter's left-handed, and he had a rush coming in from his left. Just never quite had time to set his feet and really let that one rip. Pretty well covered by the Outlaws regardless. I'm not sure if it would have made it into the end zone. Here comes 3rd down and 7. Jeter's getting the play in from Coach Alonzo Childs on the sideline. No substitution, so I think they're going to stick with that empty set. Must have seen something they liked over the course of that first half. Wanted to spread this Outlaws defense apart. See if that pays its dividends here. Yep, 3 receivers on Jeter's left, 2 on his right. Alone in the backfield. 4-man rush by the Outlaws, and that one, a screen caught by Dawkins. Can he make enough man miss to get a 1st down? That's going to be close. And I think they're going to mark him short. It looked to me at first like that one might have gotten short. Like the pass itself might have been too low for Dawkins to reel in, but he did pick that one up just before it hit the ground, looked like. And he's not happy that they marked him short of the line to gain, but I do think he got shoved out just as he was coming up on the stick. So it'll be 4th down and 2. No hesitation in going for it here. On their first touchdown drive of the game, the Reapers converted 3 4th downs, including a 4th down and 9 that went for a 20-yard touchdown pass. So one of their running backs. No running back in the game now here, though. Look for something quick, possibly even as Jeter run. 4-man rush here by the Outlaws. Jeter looking, that one incomplete. It's going to be a turnover on downs, but we do have a flag in the backfield. Jeter's trying to lobby for defensive holding, and this one called against the offense. Though nobody looks to be coming out of the game. Seems to be some confusion about what exactly the call was. Again, if that was any kind of false start, that'll actually help the Reapers. It would make it 4th down and 7, and they'd retain possession of the ball. But now they're marking this off as a turnover on downs. Pass goes incomplete. So despite some strong efforts by Reggie Dawkins on that drive, a very short drive, might I add. Not in terms of distance, but in terms of time, they really weren't out there at all. They did a good job of getting the tempo rolling and moving quickly. Just didn't stay out there long enough to get anything done. Turnover on downs, 1st down and 10 for an Outlaws offense that has been a little bit more time-consuming, I guess you could say, a bit more mindful of the clock. I imagine, especially now that they've seen the Reapers try and get moving quickly, they're going to try and chew off as much of this clock as they can. Again, no scoreboard in the stadium. They're keeping the time on the field, so we can't give you exact readouts on where the clock is, but we can guess. Let's say it's probably around maybe 3 minutes came off the clock on that drive, probably around 12 to go in the 3rd quarter. And now Ricky McKinney, backup quarterback, checks into the game as a linebacker. We've seen him play linebacker before, but not much of a chance to do anything here. Nice completion out into the open field. Still moving is number 15 for the Outlaws. Ball came out, but he was down. And that one is going to be a big gain on 1st down. Longest pass of the day, if I'm not mistaken, for this Outlaws offense. And the second time, they've really gotten some big yardage off that bang 8 route. Run a post, but lurch it inside on a really harsh cut around 10 yards downfield, and it's worked for them twice. Going to be interesting to see if they try to go back for it, or if you see these DBs try and shift inside a little bit more to compensate for any routes that may be going towards the middle of the field. 1st down and 10. The Outlaws moving quickly as well here. Showing pressure are the Reapers. Perfect spiral down the field, but this one almost intercepted. There was some kind of miscommunication there. Chris Singletary was the only player even remotely close to that ball, and he's a defensive back for the Reapers. Not sure what happened on that one. Well, looked like a man must have zigged when he was supposed to have zagged. I'm not sure. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 10. And now the Outlaws huddling back up, slowing things down. Looks like they've made a few offensive substitutions as well. Can't quite tell who, though. All right, and there's the whistle, so no time came off the play clock during that little segment. 2nd down and 10. Ball is just past the 50 on the 47-yard line. And faking the handoff under serious pressure and brought down behind the line. That's going to be a sack. Loss of 3 or 4 on the play. A whole host of Reapers got in the backfield on that one. The Outlaws offense just had no chance of going anywhere there. 3rd and long, 3rd and 15 to be exact. Look for that pass rush to really try and get after the quarterback here. They've had success with it all game. Contain has been the big issue. Would not at all be surprised to see them drop a linebacker out as a spy on this one. Only one safety deep on this play. That's Singletary for the Reapers. And here's the snap. Oh, under serious pressure again. It was a 7-man rush, and one of the defensive ends came in there and got him. That is number 25, I believe. Could have been 88. I'm not quite sure. There were a lot of Reapers in the backfield very quickly on a 3rd down sack. You always got to be wary of a pass rush on 3rd and long, but I don't even think the Outlaws thought it was going to get there that quick. 4th down and hard to even count. We'll call it 4th and 25, but nothing to do but punt this one away. Fantastic stand and fantastic response, too, by the Reapers defense. Coming off that untimely turnover on downs after what looked like a pretty good offensive drive to start things out. Really, really sinking their teeth in that offensive line and getting this ball back for the Reapers offense, as we've got a delay of game called against the Outlaws. No, I don't know that was 40 seconds, but even then, it's hard to believe you'd have a delay of game called in a punting situation. Like, I don't think there's a lot of decision about whether or not to go for this. It's 4th and 25, 4th and 30 now. You're deep in your own territory. You got to kick this thing. I mean, even if you do go for it, it'd be surely an arm punt sort of situation where you just sling it deep and hope somebody picks it off when they should bat it down. There is not much of a chance that you'd ever pick up something like this. But it has happened, and we got a low snap here, just barely getting the kick off, and I don't even think this is even going to make it past the original line to gain. No. So the Reapers are going to have fantastic field position. That one kicked from right around the goal line, and they get it out to maybe not even past the 40. Still waiting to see exactly where they spot this, but it's going to be in plus territory for sure. Really, it looks like the Reapers are going to get this ball about where they turned it over on the last offensive play they had. So all's well that ends well, I suppose, if you look at it that way. And yep, ball's going to be spotted on the 41-yard line. This was very close to where they were when that 4th and 2 pass went incomplete. We'll see what they got drawn up on this drive. They seem to have found something they liked with that empty set, but they won't go back to it right this second. They've brought somebody in at running back. Can't quite tell who. 2 receivers on either side of the formation, and no whistles. Looked like the Outlaws might have gotten a quick jump. Oh, and that one over the middle, but dropped. It was wide open. I believe that is number 18, Darius Freeman. Ran a great route, broke open, showed his numbers to the quarterback, but just couldn't bring it in. Going over the middle, might have been a bit concerned about some linebackers coming in and getting a nice hit. But it looked like he had a pretty clear lane. Might not have been a touchdown, but would have been more than enough for a first. 2nd down and 10 coming up. Got to shake that one off, move on to the next play.
84 is in the backfield.
The score is 14-14. And number 84, Spencer Harris, listed as a tight end in the backfield. I think they were trying to set something up for him. Instead, they're going deep. This one, did he catch it? No, incomplete. Would have set up a goal-to-go situation. Tron Hill can't bring that one down. It was just a jump ball situation, and the ground got the best of both Hill and the defensive back on that one. 3rd down and 10 coming up. So we've seen a pass over a middle, a pass to the end zone. What do they have drawn up here? And what is, we would think, an obvious passing situation. But with how little they've run it, a draw might get you some good yardage here. You never know. Spencer Harris, again, listed as a tight end, but definitely has a size play running back at 5'11", 230. And they will hand this off to him. Oh, and the Outlaws saw right through it. I don't know if they thought that was supposed to be a read play or what, but there was a defensive end just going into the backfield unblocked. He swallowed Harris up for, it's not going to be a loss. Harris was lucky just to get back to the line of scrimmage. So after a fantastic opening drive that ended on a turnover on downs, but I mean, they were doing a really good job of moving the ball down the field. 2 straight incompletions and a run for no gain. 4th down and 10 coming up. And they will go for this. They're kind of in no man's land, especially if you punt it now. You run the risk of a touchback, too far for a field goal. May as well go for it. Empty set here, under immediate pressure, looking over the middle is Jeter, broken up. And the sideline calling for PI. They're not going to get it. I didn't see anything, just 2 guys playing football out there. So the 2nd turnover on downs in as many drives for the Reapers offense. They just cannot get anything going past midfield. The Outlaws will take over. They got to shore up that offensive line, though. It was a major concern on that last drive. 2 sacks and a run that went for a loss. 1st down and 10 coming up. Ball is spotted on the 40-yard line. And looked like the Reapers didn't have enough men out on the field. They got one now. One of their defensive linemen was missing in action. They got him back now. Still sticking to that four-man front. Or actually, no, it's 4 defensive linemen and then a safety playing real close to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Handoff. He slips in the backfield. Going to go down for possibly a loss of 1 or 2. Looked like the turf monster got the best of him either way. May not have even had the handoff on that one. Going to be 2nd down and long regardless. Not a great way to start the drive off for the Outlaws. Even if he had gotten to the line of scrimmage upright, there was nowhere to go. This defensive line really getting some penetration. Both sides getting the plays in from the sidelines here. And the Outlaws going to hand this one off, going straight up the middle, trying to shed some tackles, but just nowhere to go. Running right into the teeth of that defense. Might have lost a yard or 2. Going to bring up 3rd down and long. And the Reapers seem to think there was a fumble at the end of that one. I didn't see the ball come out, but the players on the field have a better view of it than we do, for sure. But the refs agree, no fumble, and that one actually goes as a gain. So 3rd down and 9 coming up for the Outlaws. Two straight runs, got to be looking for a pass here, but at the same time, I would expect a blitz from the Reapers. It worked really well for them on that last drive. The Outlaws' offensive line has not responded very well to pressure. Split backfield look on 3rd and 9. Straight drop, heavy pressure, quick pass over the middle, caught. Just another little post route. And just enough for the 1st down. Needed 9, got about 10 or 11. 1st down and 10 for the Outlaws. So that's one way to neutralize a pass rush. Get the ball out before they can physically make it into the backfield. You can rush as many guys as you want, but they still have to run that 5-6 yards to get to the quarterback. And if you can get it out before they even reach you, not much they can do. Here's another drop. Moving quickly are the Outlaws. Looking downfield, got a man in between zones. That one is caught, still going. This one could go for 6, and it will. Touchdown, Outlaws. Fantastic looking hole shot on that one. Caught his receiver between the near side corner, playing at the line of scrimmage and the deep safety. Cover 2, cover 3-ish look, can't be exactly sure, but the end result doesn't matter. That's a touchdown, and the Outlaws have the lead. Make it 20-14. We promised you an interesting game. Now this is getting really interesting. Outlaws, again, still looking for their first win of the season, but they are fighting, I mean, just tooth and nail. And that's really the 2nd or 3rd time that the Reapers have had not even a communication issue, I would say, defensively. That's just kind of how some of those zone coverages are designed. And you bank on the quarterback not being able to fit that ball into that tight of a window between a corner and a safety. So far, this Outlaws offense has looked up to the task. Are they up to the task on this 2-point conversion, though? Doesn't look like it. Still waiting on a signal from a ref. And we got a man down. All right, so after that stoppage for an injury, we are firing it back up following that Outlaws touchdown and unsuccessful two-point conversion. The injured player for the Reapers, we couldn't even get a jersey number, but he is being taken to the hospital for further evaluation. Thoughts and prayers with him. Hopefully he's okay. Until then, the Outlaws are set to kick this one off. We're about midway through the third quarter, with the visiting Outlaws leading 20-14. And just waiting on the ready for play now. Looks like everybody's set and ready to go. I know when they stretched everybody out a few minutes ago, and I know the Reapers sounded fired up when they were getting those stretches in. So going to be interesting to see how the momentum shifts following that injury and the long break that came with it. All right, and there's the ready for play. Here we go. And a little squib kick here. Brought back in by the Reapers. Oh, and taken down behind the point of recovery. Pretty deep in their own territory. I'd say around the 30-yard line tentatively. We'll see where exactly they put it down, but it's going to be 1st and 10. At, yeah, probably around the same point that it would have been if they'd just taken a touchback. So the Outlaws showing no shortage of fight on that play. Really fast pursuit and tackle on that one. Jeter going to lead this offense back out onto the field. They've had 2 touchdowns, and then in this half, they had their opening drive was looking good. They were using some tempo, moving down the field really quickly, only to eventually stall out and throw an incomplete pass on 4th and 2, and then their last drive really went 3 and out and had to punt it away. All right, the Reapers have managed to get some big gains through the air, but haven't established the running games, though, so far, and doesn't look like they'll do it on this play either. Empty set, double slants, and this one caught by number 13. Quick pass, don't think it'll be enough for a first down, but Zion Manning with the reception, able to pick up 5 or 6 yards, set up a nice 2nd and short for an offense that wants to get moving quickly. I believe 2nd and 4 is going to be the official call. That was another thing we didn't really see the Reapers do earlier on in the game. For as much as they threw it, they never really established any kind of rhythm. It was a lot of disconnected shots, and screens didn't really play into each other, so to speak, as this one going short again. Past the sticks and into the open field is number 7. That's Dawkins, and gets hammered down, and the Reapers are going to be fired up about that one. And I'm amazed they've been able to keep their cool after that one. I mean, especially after any kind of major injury to a player, you got to watch for, make sure you don't get so fired up that you get a personal foul called against you, but really got to credit this coaching staff to be able to get those players level-headed enough they didn't start a brawl after that one, because that was, technically speaking, it was a clean hit, but it was a heavy shot and a big just slam into the ground after the fact. Nothing illegal, at least not from here, but definitely a big hit and the kind that gets heads rolling. Sticking with that empty set. 1st down and 10 past midfield. Jeter, straight drop back, looking long, taking a shot, no one home. Not sure if he was going for Manning on that one or if he just had a receiver run the wrong route. Either way, it's going to bring up 2nd down and 10. And now the Reapers making a substitution on the offensive line. All All right, and there may have been some sort of penalty at the tail end of that one because the Reapers are marching it back. And whatever it is, this is a big one. A 15-yarder. So that's going to bring up first down and 25, or no, second down and 25. So they lose the down and the yardage. And what was looking like a really sharp drive is in dire straits now. They're going to need to get something going. Back to an empty set once again. There's the ready for play. And here we go. Looking long is Jeter, going long, got a man, knocked away at the last second. That one incomplete, third down and 25. Couldn't catch the receiver's number. He had a step, just not sure if the ball hung in the air too long or if that was just a fantastic play by that defensive back. Just the sort of thing that you can't do much about. May have been a little of both, but yeah, now they really need to pick up this first down. Third and 25. Down by 6 midway through the third. Two straight incompletions on deep shots, and we got whistles. The Reapers may have called a timeout. And somebody called timeout. They're trying to get it straight. And now I think they're saying delay a game. We had flags out. Yeah, not quite sure what happened on that one. If there was a timeout that they didn't get in, or they surely didn't intentionally take the delay game. It looked to me like they might have actually had a player over on the Outlaws sideline that didn't come over. Whatever it is, it's going to be a penalty against the Reapers, and they'll push them even further back now. Third down, and if this is a personal foul, that's going to be third down and 40. And yeah, I think that's the call. 2 personal fouls, third down and 40. And we got more whistles now. And the umpire having a talk with one of the Reapers' coaches. Seems like they're still trying to get everything straight. I'm not sure what happened, but we may have we got the ready for play now. The umpire signals to wind the clock, so whatever it is, they've gotten sorted out. Surprised that those Outlaws DBs aren't further back. All you've got to do is stop them from getting a first down. And Jeter, under serious pressure, might have a hold in the backfield, but they're still going. Jeter going to take off into the open field. How far can he go? And taken down not too terribly far behind the original line of scrimmage. Reapers want a late hit. I don't think they're going to get it, but Jeter is down now. And now, man, this is another injured player. Yeah, we figured this one might be coming back. Does look like Jeter's up and back on his feet. Not quite sure what happened.
He got hit pretty good. It probably tweaked something, twisted something there.
Yeah, I heard him calling Ricky's name not long after he went down. I'm assuming, meaning get ready to go in at quarterback. So you lose one of your players to a major injury, the game stops, and then you end up in a 3rd and 40 and lose your starting quarterback. This is not how the Reapers planned for things to go. But whatever that flag was does seem to have gotten waved off. I think they're going to take the yardage that Jeter got and set up a still 4th and 17, but it's a lot better than a 4th and 40. He got about 23 yards on that scramble. Good decision to take off and run. And now Ricky McKinney in at quarterback, empty set. Ricky's definitely got some wheels. Played running back in high school. Watch for him to take off when protection breaks down. Instead, he's going to throw. Got a big arm as well, looking long, and overthrown. That one incomplete. And the Outlaws are going to take over on downs. The ball's going to be spotted at the 46-yard line as well. So foregoing the punt, but giving the Outlaws some pretty good field position. The trade-off there, but the Reapers, I mean, you kind of had to go for it to keep your spirits up, even though that pass does fall incomplete. Had a step on his man. Pass was just overthrown, and I imagine I think this is Ricky's first week with the team. Not too terribly surprising that he and the receiver haven't had enough time to get the chemistry down to be able to complete that ball. So the Reapers defense needs to come up with a stop. Pass protection has been spotty so far for the Outlaws, but when the Reapers haven't been able to get into the backfield, they have struggled in the secondary. They've given up some deep shots down the sideline, not even on people getting beat in man coverage or breakdowns in coverage. It looks to be they are playing a lot of zone, and the Outlaws are just picking it apart down the sidelines. Here's 1st and 10, looking to throw, hanging strong in the pocket, and that one intercepted! He's got some blockers downfield. Got one man to beat. Makes the miss. This is going to be a touchdown for the Reapers. It's a pick 6. And that is how you get back in the game. We are all tied up back at 20. Couldn't even catch the man's number. He was running so fast. That could have been Reggie Dawkins, but I'm really not sure. All I saw was that he had neon gloves. That was all I could really tell. He's coming back this way now. A pick 6 to tie the game back up.
Number 8 was it 7?
If it was 7, that was Dawkins. He's got the neon gloves. I'm not sure if it was it. Well, he's picking up his helmet, so yeah, I don't think that was him. I'm not sure who it was. Might have been 3, maybe? Tyus Sullivan, listed as a linebacker, fits the description. Yep, he's getting some congratulations. Tyus Sullivan with just a game-changing pick 6 and an opportunity for his Reapers to take the lead on the 2-point conversion. Fantastic defensive play there. They threw it right to him, too. It was just hanging out in zone, maybe spying the quarterback, but was looking straight at him. I guess they thought they could throw around him, maybe throw over his head, but he batted the ball to himself. Little tip drill, reeled it in, and took off down the sideline. And now we got a flag down. Possible, I think we might have had a delay of game call going against the Reapers, and they took a timeout to stop it. And in the closing stages of the third quarter, taking a timeout to make sure you got your ducks in a row on a 2-point conversion that'll take the lead. Maybe not the worst decision. I know some might say, what's the difference between 2 yards and 7 yards if it's only worth 2 points anyway, but I think this might make the call. The momentum you get if you pick up this 2-point conversion will be well worth the timeout. Especially given that the Outlaws offense has to go right back out there after throwing that pick 6. And now the offense headed back out onto the field. Ricky McKinney now in at quarterback following the injury to Jeter. And Jeter is up and walking on the sidelines. He doesn't have his helmet, but he's up talking with players. It's Ricky's game for the time being, but Jeter may come back in if need be. Split backfield, but now McKinney motions one of his tight ends into the wing set. And it's going to be a straight handoff up the middle, going nowhere. That Outlaws defensive line was in there from the word go. That did not work. So keep it tied at 20 in the closing stages of the third. How will the Outlaws offense respond after throwing a pick 6? We shall see. Not a lot that can be done until we get the players back out there. You can tell both sides fired up. The Outlaws getting a little bit of momentum from stopping them on that 2-point conversion, and the Reapers right back in this game after that fantastic pick six. The Outlaws going to be set, or the Reapers, excuse me, getting ready to kick this one off. And the Outlaws, I only see one of them out on the field, and they're kind of taking their time getting back out. And yeah, now they're starting to trickle onto the field, maybe just getting a couple of extra words in from the coach, not sure. And yep, they got the ball set on the tee. We should be ready to roll in a few moments. All right, and here we go. And there's the kick. And takes a nice little bounce around the 15, picked up there. Reapers all over the place. Can they bring him down? Yes, they can. Got a short return, but not much. We got flags out after the fact. This one could be going against the Reapers. We'll see. They came out not just a few moments after the return man hit the ground. Going to be interesting to see what this is. The refs have to take a moment to talk it over. And whatever it was looks to have gone against the Reapers because the Outlaws are moving it up. So following the kick return and the penalty, they're going to set up shop at the 35-yard line just about, maybe a little further up. First down and 10, tied ball game. Again, interesting to see how they're going to respond after throwing that pick six. You kind of think they might try to lean on the running game a little more, but the running game has gone nowhere for either side. Both sides have struggled on the ground so far. The Outlaws in particular haven't really even tried a traditional handoff in quite a while. Here's the snap, straight. Nope, I think they snapped it directly to the running back. Whatever it was doesn't seem to have worked out super well. It's going to be second down and long. Not much of a gain of anything on that one. I think he might have made it back to the line of scrimmage. That was about it. Yeah, second down and 9 coming up. Once again, for anyone that might just now be tuning in, no scoreboard here at the venue tonight. They're keeping time on the field, so we're not exactly sure how much time is left in the game. We can guess as a pass here brought in by one of the Outlaws receivers. That one looked very wonky coming out of the hand of the quarterback, but he was able to, it was on target, reeled it in, whatever works. Not quite enough for the first down, but it's going to get them very close. Gain of 7 makes it third down and 2. As I think the Reapers have taken a timeout. They cannot have many left. I think that's their second one, possibly their third. Gonna make sure they've got everything set up and ready to go for, are they calling this a first down now? It didn't look to me like he got to the sticks, but yeah, now they're moving it up, first down. It looked from here.
I think the referee was more accurate than where the flag would have stood.
So that's going to be a first down. Makes a little more sense why they might have taken that timeout now. So the Outlaws, at least over the past couple of plays, seem to have neutralized what was a really aggressive pass rush by the Reapers with a very quick passing game. They're just getting the ball out of the quarterback's hands faster than the defensive ends can make it into the backfield. Usually, yeah, we're seeing them play off right now. Usually the only two real ways to neutralize that are either tell your defensive line to get their hands up when the ball comes out or press those receivers to stop the timing routes, but not much would have helped them on that play, as this is going to be a huge gain for the Outlaws no matter what happens. Just got another long ball down the sideline. They beat the blitz with the deep shot, And it's not a touchdown, but it's almost as good as one. It's going to be 1st and goal. Neither team showing any signs of fatigue, giving up nothing. I mean, they are fighting tooth and nail out here. Great throw by the quarterback as well. Hit his receiver just about in stride. And coverage-wise, I'm really not sure what happened. It looked to me like they might have tried to trade off zones again. That's my best guess. Safety in a corner just not quite on the same page is all I can really figure. That would have left a guy that wide open. Here's 1st and goal. Ball spotted on about the 8-yard line. This is a run straight up the middle and got pushed backward a little bit. I think he gained a couple on forward progress, but not much. Going to bring up 2nd down and goal. The Outlaws need points here to retake the lead as the 4th quarter inches closer, and the Reapers absolutely need a stop. You talk about wars of attrition sometimes, battles in the trenches. This is the definition of both of those. This isn't X's and O's anymore. This is just which team wants this more. Everybody bunched in real tight defensively. Heavy rush, firing over the middle. That one incomplete. 3rd down and goal. Trying to get something going on the slant. They were packed in so tight that I couldn't even see if that was just an incomplete pass or if they batted it loose. Both teams in goal line sets right here, but the quarterback's clapping. Did we have a penalty called against the Reapers? Flag was down, but it might have gotten picked up. No, whatever it was, went against the Reapers. That's another penalty. I haven't been keeping track, but they've got to be getting close to 10 or 15 on the night. They have had a ton. Hard to win games when you keep getting pushed back. So that's going to bring up 1st and goal once again. Any defensive penalty resets the downs. And it looks like they got their quarterback under center. I think they're just, nope, he's in the shotgun. They hand it off. This one going to go. I think did he get it? No signal yet. Short of the goal line. And more flags. We might have another 1st and goal. Even one of the officials, I saw him throw his arms up. Like, man, are you kidding me? More penalties? Though this one goes against the Outlaws.
2nd goal from the 1 foot.
Well, that penalty is going to push the Outlaws back. Nice break for the Reapers. 2nd down and goal from probably about the 6-yard line. We'll see where exactly it goes down here in a moment. Oh, this looks like a big penalty. Possibly some kind of personal foul. They've really marched them back.
I bet you they get a tip ball pick 6.
All right, here we go. 2nd and goal following the penalty called against the Outlaws. It's a handoff to their running back. He's breaking some tackles. They cannot bring him down. He's going to be short of the goal line, but they are much closer than they were on that last snap. Here's 3rd and goal. And injured player down on the field. All right, and the injured player was helped off the field. He was one of the Reapers, couldn't get the number. But still 3rd down and goal. Here's the snap. They're going to throw for it, looking for the fade. That one. Did he catch it? No, he caught it, but he was out of bounds. 4th down and goal. So it looks like they had the right play call, just couldn't quite get it in the receiver's hands at the right time. So now the Outlaws, looks like they're making at least one substitution. I think I saw a receiver head to the side, or no, that's the quarterback getting the play, my bad. And now heading back to the huddle. A monumental play in this game coming up. Tied at 20 in the closing stages of the 3rd quarter. The Outlaws looking to take the lead on a 4th and goal. And here we go. 4th and goal. They fake the handoff, looking for the end zone, and now having to scramble. Can he find an open man? No, he is taken down. That's going to be a stop. Doesn't look like any flags are down, but at the same time, the Reapers aren't quite celebrating. Was that a turnover? One of the referees talking it over with somebody, can't quite tell who. And now, is he calling for a timeout? Or maybe that wasn't. That was 4th and goal, wasn't it? Is there a chance it was 3rd?
I thought it was 4th. Say a 4th, they're saying now.
I'm not quite sure what that was, I was sure we'd counted them right. But it looks like that was only 3rd. Except now the entire Reapers defense is coming off the field as if they were going to switch, but the Outlaws offense is staying on. The referees still look like they're talking this over. I got no idea what's happening. I didn't see a flag come out on that last play. It was a sack, or would officially go down as one anyway. It looked like they got the quarterback well past the line of scrimmage. He certainly didn't get the end zone. So my only guess is that we miscounted somewhere and that wasn't 4th and goal. All right, so maybe a Colorado 5th down situation. I'm not quite sure. We'd have to wait. Now is he signaling Reapers ball? After the defense already went out there, then he says Reapers ball. This is, I don't know that I've ever seen anything quite like this. Yeah, it seems to me like the officials are the only ones that know what's going on, and they're not keen on telling anybody. I said something to one of the coaches on the Reapers sideline. I am at a loss for words. Your guess as to what's going on is as good as mine. All right, 4th and goal. Here we go again. Following that loss on the previous play, that's going to be a quick shot to the end zone. Incomplete! They going to find another down on this one? That was a clean, just incomplete pass. DB got in there, knocked it loose. Receiver was open, couldn't haul it in. And they're still taking their time making a ruling here. But, that was... If they find a 6th down on this one, then something is definitely up. But it looks like they've got it all sorted out. They are going to send the offense down there, so it is a major stop on 4th down and goal to go. But the trade-off there is that while the Outlaws are off the scoreboard for now, the Reapers have about 97 yards to go on this drive. They are deep in their own territory, and they've got to make sure they don't give up a safety. I think some of the players on the sideline are asking if it's the 4th quarter yet, but we haven't. It's been a very long third, but we haven't swapped sides of the field. All right, here we go. McKinney takes a snap, quarterback draw, breaking some tackles and now dragging some Outlaws with him. I don't know if he got the first down, but he definitely got some positive yardage, enough to get him away from the threat of the safety for now. Kind of like you see some NFL teams pull a quarterback sneak when they're backed up. I think I was kind of a similar mindset just out of the shotgun. It'll be 2nd down, and I think this is about 2nd down and 3. All right, and now McKinney looking to pass. Got his receiver in the flat and making some men miss. Not quite enough for the first down. And I'm not sure what's happening now.
First down, they're saying.
All right, yeah, they're saying first down, but everybody ran onto the field in a really weird way. Like they were running out there like somebody was hurt, or they needed to, like there was something on the field they needed to grab really badly. That was. Hasn't been much orthodox stuff in this second half so far. It's been unusual turn after unusual turn. Here's 1st down and 10. They do rule that a first down. McKinney looking long and got a whole shot of his own. The Outlaws have hit a bunch of those. Now the Reapers grab one. And that's enough to move the chains for a first down.
If they leave him time to throw it, he'll wear them.
First down and 10 once more. And now we got whistles. Not sure. I think the Outlaws may have taken a timeout. Neither side looked super sure of what they were doing.
20-20.
And yeah, somebody took a timeout. They're calling for water. And that is going to be charged for the Reapers. Yeah, so that's got to be their third. They took one on the 2-point conversion. There was one before that, and now this one. That's 3. So they're out of timeouts. And especially if this is the 3rd quarter and not the 4th, we've got a lot of football left to play for them to go without any timeouts, especially in a tied game. But we hearing whispers from the sideline now that this may be the 4th quarter and that they just didn't swap sides of the field for whatever reason. That doesn't make a lot of sense. I feel like it's more likely that we're still in the 3rd and we just had a lot of stoppages than them switching quarters and forgetting to change sides. But regardless, the timing situation doesn't change where we're at now. This is 1st and 10. Ball spotted on the 35-yard line. We got the ready for play. 2 receivers on either side of the or actually empty set here for McKinney. Low snap brought in. McKinney having to move. Finds a man in the flat, incomplete. A little too far to the inside, intended for number 13, Zion Manning. Going to bring up 2nd down and 10. Hard for me to weigh in on what exactly they should be looking for offensively, what kind of looks they want to get from this Outlaws defense. Again, the timing situation interesting here since we don't exactly know how much time is left. But they're certainly trying to move quickly. And, initial miscommunication, but great adjustment there by Dawkins. So call it a comeback route. I think McKinney thought it was going to be a curl, but regardless, goes for a 12-yard reception. First down. Offense looking good so far, but remember, when they were moving like this early on, or actually their first possession out of halftime, things stalled out once they got across midfield. They got a different quarterback in the game now, though. So it's a whole new game at this point. Comparing it to what we saw really before halftime, before that major injury, the entire feel of the game is just, it's shifted entirely. Here's 1st and 10, empty set. McKinney back to pass. Looking long, this one incomplete. Did we get a flag there at the end? It looked like there was a push by one of the Outlaws defensive backs. I think they're going to say it was uncatchable. Again, I can't remember because they call uncatchable balls so rarely that I honestly can't remember the rule about that. If there's PI on an uncatchable ball, does it still get called? But the refs elect not to throw the flag on that one. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10. The Reaper, I keep on getting these team names mixed up, and I don't know why, but the Reapers really attacking the sidelines so far on this drive. Haven't seen them try to go over the middle. And here we go. McKinney's got his troops all lined up. 2nd and 10. Sticking with that empty set. They may go with it the rest of the way. Now looking for a bench route. Got it. That one is caught. Number 85 with the reception. That's Tron Hill on the catch. First down, well past midfield, inside the 40. Ball's going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. So they're definitely moving along. And, yep, they're not going to bring another running back into the game. I think we're going to see this the rest of the way. McKinney under some pressure, dodges one tackle, almost got his arm hit, looking long, looking for the end zone, caught! Touchdown! What a throw!
What a post. That was pretty right there.
I can't quite tell from here. Initial readout is Damian Wilford, but I can't tell. Actually, that is number 0. That's Jay Belton. First time we have called his name, and it's on just a bomb of a touchdown.
That's a 50-yard on a rope.
Fantastic throw by McKinney. Under pressure, too. I thought he was going to get his arm hit. I mean, there was a defensive end just breathing down his neck. And he throws a dime coming in off the bench for an injured quarterback. This is Hollywood stuff right here. 26-20, your current score. And now everybody's got to regroup long enough for the Reapers to go for 2.
I think that's...
Unless they're saying that was the last play of the game?
Referees are off the field.
Yeah, I don't know. That's almost too poetic for that to be the case. Like a walk-off buzzer beater touchdown but they're acting like that was the last play of the game. So again, it's so hard to tell when you don't have a scoreboard on the field and you have to keep time on there, but that's it. That's the ball game. The Reapers have won it. A walk-off touchdown as the clock expires in the 4th to break the tie and win. Oh my God. And a power outage on top of that. Wow, yeah, so that's not the camera. All the lights at the field went out. Actually, looking at it, yeah, it's, okay, looking at this, they might have been on a timer. We just hit 9:15 exactly. They might have been scheduled to go off at exactly 9:15. You're seeing some flashlights pop up. Again, that is, I don't know that I've ever seen a game quite like this, but that's it. And just in the nick of time, too, because I don't know that they could get those lights back on, and we certainly can't play like this. So, your final score, 26-20. Your Reapers win it in just a shocking game on all fronts. One that I can't even begin to sum up, but one that we'll never